Hello, writers. Come write with me. My name is Michaela Greenwood. I create worlds for mind adventures. Welcome to my channel, Write with Michaela. I'm very excited to have you join me on my channel, so don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell so you can go on this journey with me. Today is story time, or the day of our chapter exchange. I read you a chapter, you send me a chapter. If you're writing with me and you wish to exchange chapters, then send your chapter with written permission to writewithmichaela@gmail.com. I will post the email address at the end of the video and in the description below. If you press the little dots and then you press the more, you'll find it. I'm looking forward to reading your chapters. All chapters, all writing prompts read on the channel, whether they are mine or another writer's work, are copyright protected material, and no one may use any part in writing their own stories. This story is PG-13, so if you're under 13 years of age, you need parental guidance. This story is in its rough draft stage, just as the last stories and writing prompts we've heard. The title of this story is Princess Emnorawyn Stygerguard, and today we're reading chapter 36. If you would like to read along, send to the email I stated earlier and request a PDF of the chapter. Make sure you are specific. Now let's start. Princess Emnorawyn Stygerguard, chapter 36. Fighting the Source. Daniel turned around and ran back toward Prince Hadley. "Hey, put me in a bubble," he called. Prince Hadley wasn't quite sufficient with it, but he dutifully tried. The gorilla man that returned Princess Emnorawyn's sword asked the same of Commander Offerton. "Can't you just mount behind me?" asked Commander Offerton. "Maybe, but they can't," said the gorilla man as he motioned to a group of animal people. Commander Offerton sent thoughts to Princess Emnorawyn that the animal people on their side wanted rides in bubbles. Princess Emnorawyn in turn thought to Daniel how to tell the animal people apart. Daniel thought, they should know your name, but in the least they know you are princess. Then he thought, don't worry, when we can sort it out in the kingdom. You are going to King Zargarman's first, correct? Princess Emnorawyn confirmed their destination. Then she sent out a lot of magical bubbles that asked her name of the animal people. Kalaisha ran to some soldiers as she told them the princess was in battle and needed help, but she couldn't think with the princess anymore. The soldiers calmed her down and told her they knew the princess was in battle. "But the princess lost her sword and had to retrieve it," protested Kalaisha. "Don't worry," said a soldier. "The princess has 2 swords." Kalaisha was frustrated. She heard her mom calling out to her and telling her not to disturb the soldiers. She let out a sigh and said, "Well, isn't there anything we can send her?" She pulled a couple of balls out of her pouch. "These have magic. I could send magic." She pulled out balls from a different pouch. "These are empty. I could put something in them and send her something." A scout heard Kalaisha. He walked out. "Actually, we just found a lot of the poison. You could send that." Soldier nodded. Kalaisha jumped back. "I don't want to touch it." "Just have the ball and close it," said the scout. "In a serving," said the soldier. "1 ball, 1 serving." Kalaisha's eyes widened. The scout scooped out some leaves with a tin dipping cup. "This is a serving." Kalaisha shrank it and pulled it into the magical bubble. She thought she could put 3 servings in 1 ball, and she told them she would send a message to only pull out a serving at a time. Kalaisha sent the message ball and then continued pulling servings of poison to her balls until she had all of what the scout had gathered. The full balls sailed out of the chamber and faded from view as they went. Kalaisha then reluctantly went back to her area with her mother. The allies had flown over the walls of King Zargarman's fortress, and only King Zargarman was there. King Balbatos and King Cronus didn't know what was going on. Princess Emnorawyn released the animal people from the magical bubbles, just like she had last night. Only now it was daylight, and it seemed that chaos erupted. Animal people were attacking King Zogrman's soldiers, and King Zogrman stood in the center of his courtyard with his soldiers and commanders all around him, and they were fighting. Anyone looking down couldn't tell which animal people were for which side. Sizemore received the message ball from Calatia. It told him to only pull out one serving at a time and to be careful. Sizemore puzzled over this. He didn't know what the serving was from or what it contained. And then Sizemore saw small little golden balls. He wasn't in battle at the moment, so he held out his hand and asked the ball what was inside. The answer was poison against animal people. Sizemore scanned below. He sighed as he thought for a moment. He felt like he remembered that the dragons could say a spell for their breasts to go round the allies and not hit them. He thought with his dragon and confirmed that. Sizemore was about to use the poison with the appropriate spells, but then he wondered what would happen if Daniel's people ate the animal people with the poison. He thought to Princess Emnorawyn to think to Daniel about the poison. She did, and he thought in return that he would pass the message, but they needed to kill the scientist. Princess Emnorawyn thought with Prince Hadley about the scientist, and he volunteered to go, but he would have to dismount his dragon first. Sizemore then spotted Princess Emnorawyn and realized that she was not on Stygerguard. He wanted to think with her about Stygerguard, but he decided against that. He was about to turn to the task of sending more poison when he saw Princess Emnorawyn form magical wings and lift off the small young adult white dragon. The dragon looked his way, and he saw the pink eyes. He shook his head to himself. If he hadn't seen the baby or young adult dragons flying over him earlier, he would have thought Stygerguard had become a legendary phoenix, and he had a new birth. Prince Hadley signaled Commander Offerton, and he formed wings on himself. Commander Offerton shook his head. That was not a spell he knew or could try. Prince Hadley's flight was quite erratic, and he slightly crashed into the wall near where Princess Emnorawyn landed. A gorilla man ran up to them. The doors are locked. We're trying to get in a window. Princess Emnorawyn glanced back. I can use magic. Prince Hadley hadn't undone the spell for his wings yet as he turned around. The gorilla man ducked out of the way. You don't need that spell right now. The gorilla man motioned to others, and several gorilla men rushed up the stairs. Prince Hadley dropped the spell for the wings, but he was very leery of the animal people. The gorilla man formed a semi-ring around the steps to block anyone from getting up the steps. Princess Emnorawyn opened the door, and the gorilla man that spoke to them pushed in ahead of them. Princess Emnorawyn and Prince Hadley followed. Prince Hadley took her hand and rubbed his thumb across the top. He thought to her, if they betray us, we are trapped. Princess Emnorawyn thought in return. I know. They soon came to the entrance to the scientist's lab, and the gorilla man burst through the door. You're not supposed to be in here, said the scientist. But Princess Emnorawyn and Prince Hadley saw him get off his stool and back up. The gorilla man jumped at him, knocked him back, and then pounded his face. After a few minutes, the gorilla man stood up and said, Burn his notes. Princess Emnorawyn normally didn't like burning books or notes, but she had memorized these, at least if they were the same ones she looked through than she had. So she glanced around the room and headed to an oil lantern. Princess Emnorawyn rolled up some notes and stuck them in the oil lantern till they caught fire. Is there a water barrel near here? You're not changing your mind, are you? Asked the gorilla man. No, of course she isn't, stated Prince Hadley. We don't want to catch the place on fire, especially not with us in here. Princess Emnorawyn couldn't hold the pages much longer. She dropped the burning pages on top of the table. We better leave, stated Prince Hadley. He and Princess Emnorawyn rushed out of the room and down the hall. The gorilla man was soon behind them. Let let me lead us out, he said. Princess Emnorawyn and Prince Hadley let him pass. The gorilla man burst out the front door to the building as Daniel was running up. Status? Asked Daniel. Scientist dead. Notes are burning, replied the gorilla man. Prince Hadley looked out across the courtyard. He motioned. Status? Daniel glanced back. The king is dead, but our side may not have killed him. The animals are all fighting. Many have fled. The prisoners? Stated Princess Emnorawyn. We have to release the prisoners. That only matters if we can destroy the source, replied Prince Hadley. I don't understand source, stated Daniel. Gorilla man pounded his chest. It's where they hold the life of us. The life of us they called betrayers. My brother is among them. But if King Zargarman is dead, can he still hold their heir? Commander Offerton's dragon landed long enough for him to dismount. He ran to them. Now is our chance to destroy the source. But the king is dead, stated Princess Emnorawyn. He can't hold the heir. King Tripleman also dismounted and walked up. He can revive himself with the heir. We have to destroy it. Where is it? Asked Daniel. I will lead the way, stated Commander Offerton. Commander Offerton led the way, and the gorilla man and Daniel motioned to several animal people still in the kingdom to come with them. Many other animal people, those with and not with Daniel's group, had fled the kingdom. Some with Daniel's group were heading to King Balbatos, but many didn't know that yet. As they headed to the correct building, other soldiers landed and joined them, inquired what was going on. After they got enough people, Commander Offerton told Princess Emnorawyn to head to the prisons instead. What are you doing with the prisoners? Asked the gorilla man. Justin, trust them, stated Daniel. Princess Emnorawyn glanced at Daniel. She looked at Justin. I'm just unlocking cells. The prisoners won't do anything themselves until their heir returns to them. Justin nodded. I want to go to my brother's cell, but I think I'm needed to help destroy the source, as you call it. Tell my brother to follow you and meet me outside. Princess Emnorawyn nodded. She, Prince Hadley, and the rest of their group headed to the prisons. Princess Emnorawyn remembered her drawings of the fortress and was confident in heading to the prisons. Commander Offerton also remembered a lot of the drawings, so he led his group to the source. When they got to the source, Commander Offerton told them to stay back and not to let the blue air pull them in. As they saw the solid wall around the pit, Justin said, We might need a dragon to destroy this. Commander Offerton looked up and around. He remembered the flashes of pictures where the blue air burned people. Look for ropes. There might be ropes around here. Everyone looked around, and there were no ropes, but they found a long pole. Commander Offerton explained a battering ram. He thought to the princess to send her balls to him so he could scoop everyone up once they cracked the wall, and he explained that to his group as well. They understood and started ramming the pit. Outside, King Rhymes and King Cronte signaled each other. They wanted to head to King Balbatos before the animal people arrived there and warned him. Sizemore remembered about the poles and warned everyone. They flew off. A few animal people left, gathered around beneath Sizemore. He shouted down if they wanted to come, and he saw the animal people nod, so he sent some balls to gather them. Just before they flew to King Balbatos, the whole ground shook. Sizemore looked over and he prayed to the Great Spirit and the ancestors to let the ones inside succeed in destroying the source here. Okay, writers, that is the end of chapter 36. Leave a comment on if you would have feared putting wings on yourself. Now, when Princess Emnorawyn did it the first time, she started on the ground and she flapped up from there. But when Prince Hadley did it, he was on the dragon and flying down. So, would you do that? And you've got to put yourself in the mind, in the setting. Okay, they don't have airplanes in this day and age, right? So, they don't have hang gliders. They don't have hot air balloons. They don't know anything about how any of this works. So, you could put wings on yourself and kind of glide down like the large birds if you knew to pay attention to that. But he doesn't have that information, or not necessarily assimilated to him that way. So would you, in this setting, put wings on yourself? Would you do that? Leave a comment on burning the notes. Would you do that? Would you burn the notes? Leave a comment on them splitting up to open cells and attack the source at the same time. Leave a comment on the fire in the scientist's chambers. Join me Friday for some jargon and part 26, A Down Soldier. Join me Tuesday for some jargon. Join me Friday for chapter 37, Princess Emnorawyn and Stygerguard. We have chapter 37 and 38, and then we are done. Visit my website by Michaela and read some character bios. If you read some, then leave a comment on which ones you've read. All your comments will help us, our tribe, right? Help us start conversations and build our community. We call it a community, not necessarily a tribe. We do have some axioms in this group, this community. I say all the time, first draft is not a final draft. Writing is fun. So I have some axioms going for us, not necessarily to make it groupthink, but those are some of our rallying cries. So keep all comments respectful, and remember that someone else's perspective can help you with your writing. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe and the bell. Oh, that was weak. That's strong. So we can continue to write together, and other people will have a higher chance of finding this video and this channel, since your likes will push the video out to a greater audience. Thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate your participation. If you know someone who would like this video, please share it with them. This is Michaela with Write with Michaela. Bye for now.